Meantime, in BC's Shuswap region, evacuated families are getting some devastating news. At least 168 structures have been destroyed or damaged by the out-of-control wildfire still burning in the region.
My people now, they're just coming to grips with the devastating loss we suffered.
The impacted buildings include family homes and businesses. Residents are being warned that the ongoing fire is hindering search teams and the number of impacted structures could change. Crews are still battling the 41,000-hectare fire. Rainfall and cooler temperatures have helped in the fight, but the fire is still considered out of control. And in West Kelowna, more evacuation orders have been lifted, but many of those returning no longer have a home, including 13 firefighters.
That the fire went actually over our truck and started lighting up the structures. And so it was just a run. It was just a run against the wind.
Many residents will have to clean up and start over, including firefighters battling the fires on the front lines. Some of them watched as their own homes burned to the ground, while others learned on Facebook that they too had lost their homes. Officials estimate that the fires have destroyed more than 180 properties in the Kelowna area. And joining me now is Jason Brolund, West Kelowna Fire Chief. Thank you for being here with us today.
Good morning.
Now, what are the current conditions like in West Kelowna? Any improvements?
Well, as you can see behind me, there's still very much a fire burning here. The smoke is thick this morning as crews begin to leave the fire hall here. But despite that, things are looking much better for our community. We said the moment we put people out of their homes, we started thinking about how to get them back and that it would be in slow incremental pieces. And that's what's happened over the last few days. Yesterday, over 900 residents returned home, all of them to find that their homes were still standing.
Oh, that's good for them. Glad to hear. What are you advising evacuees who are able to return home?
Well, there's a whole list of things that people going back into their neighborhoods are going to have to take a look at, and that's available on the website where they've all been directed. We're still thinking really, really hard about all of those who are out of their home, though, and all of those who have lost their homes, may not have one to return to. I'm speaking more to those people and asking for their ongoing and continued patience. We will return more people to their homes today when we're able to do it safely, when we're able to do it in a measured way. And to those who have lost their homes, we're gutted by that. We're going to be standing there with them, and we're working on a way to be able to get them in and be able to see that firsthand.
Are there any areas where controlled burns will be taking place in order to better control these fires?
So these planned ignitions are a tool used by our partners at the BC Wildfire Service to help us achieve our objectives of getting people home. There was a number planned for yesterday. One of them was executed and it was successful. I can't say for sure because they're so highly dependent on the conditions that emerge throughout the day today. But likely there will be more. And, when I see these happening, it takes me right back to the night of the fire. And, I'm thinking to myself, why are we doing this? But it's because it's been planned by professionals, done by experts. And, the public needs to know that we're doing everything we can to secure the line and get them home.
Is there any estimate as to when everyone will be able to return back home?
No, there's not. Many, hundreds won't have a home to return to. And it will be a long process to be able to start to get them on the ground into the most damaged neighborhoods. What I can assure the public is that they will continue to see measured and incremental moves to rescind evacuation orders. Every single day we're getting people home closer and closer into the most damaged areas.
Now, firefighters have obviously been working around the clock. How are they holding up, and is there a break in sight?
So this is our 20th operational period. This is day 8 of the fire. As much as we're getting people home, we're also shrinking the size of our operation as we are no longer actively as engaged in firefighting on the ground in as many places. So that's a good sign. But to be where we are today, 8 days in after this devastating incident struck our community, as awful as it is, I'm looking at it in a positive sense. We've made tremendous progress, and if over the next 8 days we make the same amount of progress, we're going to be in an even better spot. I will say, my firefighters are exhausted. It's been nonstop, and it will continue to be until people are home. But none of us have processed any of this emotionally. Whether it's the evacuees, those who have lost houses, or the firefighters, and that's the kind of thing that's going to start to happen for everyone. And in many ways, that's going to be just as difficult as what we faced the past week.
We are unfortunately out of time, but I wish you and the firefighters just the best as you're out there trying to get these fires under control. Jason Brolund, West Kelowna Fire Chief, thank you for your time today.